Is James Lupton for Slothbox, sponsored by the Excelsior Sporting Club. Today I'm joined with Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. Paddy, how are you, mate?
I'm Sam. Hello, nice one for asking. Hope you're well.
You're very good, Tom, mate, very good. Talk to me a little bit about dealing with the injury. Obviously, been out for a little while since December now, and you're probably going to be out for a little bit longer as well. How's it been to deal with that?
It's been hard work. It's been stress more than anything. You know what I mean? But as I say, you've got to get on with it. There's no come back without a setback, as they say. So I've had to just crack on and work around it. And the past couple of weeks have been able to actually get back in the gym and start training, which is nice. You don't realise how much you actually miss training until you get back in there.
Definitely. I want to ask you, what's that been like to get back in the gym? First time in a long time.
Great lad. Feels fucking brilliant to be able to get back in the gym and get punched in the head.
I bet you missed it.
Yeah, missed it a lot, lad. When I got back in and started sparring again, it felt good.
Obviously, it's not all been down. It's not all been bad. Obviously, your time off, you got married, you've had some, time to spend, you missed some family, things like that. So it's not been a wasted time as such. But in terms of your career, how are you looking forward to getting back in the ring?
Yeah, well, yeah, as you say, I've had a lot of other things going on outside the cage anyway, so I've had other things to do. I had holidays booked and business stuff to do and my wedding, so like injury permitting, I'll fight before the end of the year, but I'm not going into another fight, not 100%. Lad, it's just not happening. I can't do it anymore.
And is it disappointing to be injured for a long term after your last performance? I know you wasn't happy with the
Yeah,
performance.
even more so. I mean, you know what I'm like, lad. Even more so when you have a performance like that, lad. People think you lost. You want to get in there as soon as you can. And I've got to sit out for like a year.
You still want the rematch with Jared Gordon?
I don't care, lad. You know what I mean? It won't make a difference to my career at all if I fight him again. Did it make a difference to Khabib's career to have a rematch with Gleison Tebow, lad? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I want to mention a call out. Last time we spoke about Jake Paul, and this time Logan Paul's called you out. He said he wants to fight you on the undercard of Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. I mean, the world's gone crazy. Still first of all about Logan.
I saw he said he'd fight for free as well. I'll
Did he?
take his wages then. I don't know, if he's saying he'll fight for free, I'll fight for his wages and my own.
What would you make of that? Do you think that's an actual call out, or is that just a publicity stunt?
No, yeah, it's publicity stunts, but it works well for me because I'm not fighting and nothing, and people are still talking about me. Boss.
Absolutely. I mean, what's that like to obviously you're growing into the face of UFC really, and you're getting called out by all these names and these people, and like you mentioned, you're not fighting, you're not, only just started training again, but yet everyone's still talking about you. Your name's still in everybody's mouth. Does that show you're doing the right things?
You just literally took the words out of my mouth. That shows that I'm doing everything right. You know what I mean? I haven't fought in over 6 or 7 months, and as you say, people are still talking about me. I'm not even ranked, but I'm still the name on the tip of everyone's tongue.
It's not just that as well, it's outside of the cage as well. You mentioned all your business stuff you've been doing so much work outside of the cage. All these endorsements and deals you've got, and obviously your body fuels and you got your own supplements coming out as well and things like that. Just how busy are you, and does it potentially distract you from when you are training?
No, the way my team, my management set stuff up, not only ever get in the way of training. Training comes first. But the past couple of months, obviously, I haven't been able to train, so I've been able to put other stuff at the forefront, and even just my own personal life at the forefront. Past couple of months, being able to just go and like the other day, I went on a staycation with the missus for 3 nights, Tuesday to Friday. I can never ever do that usually through the week because I'll be in the gym training every day. But I can do that at times like this, which isn't too bad.
But just going back to mentioned, obviously Logan Paul called out and he said for the undercard of Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, do you think that's something that will ever happen in terms of Musk and Zuckerberg? Not you and Logan, but in terms of
No,
Musk.
I don't know. I knew what you meant. Yeah, I don't. I don't think they'll end up fighting. If they do anything, they'll do a grappling match, won't they? But I don't even think they'd do that. To be honest, both of them wouldn't want to lose.
Does it show the speed and the rapid that UFC and MMA is growing at, that people are now saying, let's get in the cage rather than in the ring? It's always been boxing exhibitions, but now people are
Yeah,
saying, let's get in the cage. Does that just show the growth and how big MMA is getting?
yeah, it does. As you say, no one. Like when I first started doing MMA, like I was 15. No one even knew what it was. I had to say cage fighting to people. Now when you actually say MMA to people, they know what you mean. But it it really is bigger than boxing in some ways now, MMA. But obviously in a lot of other ways it isn't.
You mentioned a lot of people say now it's always the debate, isn't it? What is bigger? Boxing, MMA is that now overtaking boxing, and at the minute, especially with the heavyweight division in boxing, it's the heavyweights seem to be on its arse at the minute. In all truth, in boxing, do you think that there's a popularity shift going to the UFC and MMA?
Well, it's certainly what's going on with heavyweight boxing and stuff like that is certainly helping to push people towards MMA. Like I know a lot of people don't like the grappling side of things, but it's like personal preference, you know what I mean? Like it annoys me when you're watching a UFC and you see people booing when someone's sitting at someone's guard punching them. But that's what comes with like mainstream publicity. You know what I mean? You get people that do just want to see knockouts and do just want to see scraps. That's why we all love to be in them. You know what I mean? I'm a grappler, but I love having a 5-round war or a 3-round war.
Definitely. And talking of the heavyweight boxing scene and MMA, there's talks of an exhibition between Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Just first of all, give me your thoughts on that. It sounds like it's going to be in the boxing ring. So in terms of Ngannou and his stand-up game and things like that, how do you think the fight will go?
I think Tyson Fury will keep him at range and jab him. Like, to be honest, jab his head off. It's a completely different sport.
It can obviously heavyweight boxing things can change in one punch, and Ngannou's clearly got that power. How much danger does Ngannou pose to any of the heavyweights in boxing?
And Ngannou's got that one punch knockout power against anyone, just like Wilder has. You know what I mean? That's why he's such a threat. But I just can't see him beating Fury. I can't really see anyone beating Fury. I can't even see us beating Fury.
No, you think Fury beats Usyk as well?
I think Fury keeps them all at range and jabs all their heads off, beats them up for 12 rounds.
As somebody who feels that he's got the beating of everybody in the division, why do you think there's a hold up in making these big fights? Why do you think they're not happening?
I don't know. Might be the fact that he's not even getting motivated to fight these people because he thinks he'll beat them already himself.
Talk to me about Jake Paul, Nate Diaz. Again, another crossover fight.
Yeah, is that happening?
Yeah, I think it's coming up fairly soon. I think August the 5th, is it?
I haven't seen nothing about that, to be honest. I don't even know.
Does, does,
Hopefully Diaz batters him.
does that show the promotional slide for Jake Paul, let's say, because everybody's hyped up and talking about Jake's previous fights. Now he's lost to Tommy Fury. Does that just show that he's potentially not as high up in people's thoughts as he once was?
But he's still going to sell pay-per-views. That's all that matters, lad. He doesn't care how good he is or not, lad. He's still going to sell pay-per-views, so he's still going to keep earning money. And that's all that matters to him. He knows he's never going to be a champion of the world. So he knows he's never going to be a world champion. So he's going to earn as much money as he can. And I think he's very smart. That's off to him. But he wouldn't know what a real fight was.
And I want to come around to talk about a good friend of yours, Meatball Molly McCann, fighting very soon. We're almost a week away from our fight now. Just talk about your relationship with Molly.
Glad when we're in the gym, lad. She's like my big sister. It's funny because she's littler than me, but she's older than me. I mean, it's like my little big sister.
And what's it like to see her? Obviously, you've not been able to train and go through camp. What's it like to see her go through camp and get her?
Yeah, I haven't been able to do like camp with her this time like we usually have the last few times, but I've been in the gym and seen her. Like I obviously don't see her as much where I'm not in the gym constantly. I've just been doing like the morning sessions the past few weeks, but I've been away, as I was saying, the little staycations and Glasgow and stuff like that. But whenever I see her, like, she's on fire. You know what I mean? She's fighting fit. She's ready to go. Her weight's nice, so looking forward to seeing her beating this bird up.
How much does victory, but also pushing off world titles mean to Molly?
Pushing off what?
For world titles, aiming for the top.
Oh yeah, but that's the goal for everyone in this game. If you don't want to be a world champ, what are you doing?
And just finally for yourself, Paddy, and obviously hoping to come back before the end of the year. Let's say end of next year, what you're hoping for and have achieved.
hoping to have another 3 fights in the bag by then, another 3 wins and be ranked. But as I say, like, we'll see what happens. Like, people keep asking me, are you fighting? Because I'm not that fat at the minute. You know what I mean? Like, you must have a fight coming up, you lad. You're normally well fatter than this. And it's like, nah, lad, you know, I'm just not that fat at the minute. But that's what lad is fair. People keep saying that to me. Ah, lad, you're not that heavy, lad. You must have a fight coming up. Like, nah, lad, I haven't. Like, as I've said before, I think I've got an eating disorder when I'm fighting. You know what I mean? When I'm cutting weight and dying and that for fight, I've got a bad eating disorder. At the minute, I'm not too bad because obviously I had surgery, and I went to America and got fat again, and then come back and had surgery. And after the surgery, my weight just gradually come down, and now I'm just walking around about 84, 85 kilo. You know what I mean? And I'm not really like watching what I eat and on. I'm just hovering around that weight, which is nice. I've plateaued now finally around this weight, so hopefully I'll never go above 90 kilo again.
What was it like you had your fair share of critics when you did fluctuate between camps, between fights, and it reminded me much of Ricky Hatton when he was fighting, and so he had
Yeah,
the nickname Ricky Fatton, and things. He came out in his suit and whatever else. How did you deal with the critics?
goes in money and out the other. They can all fuck off. I really don't care, lad. People can say what they want about me. I'm the one, like as people say, putting my life on the line, lad, getting in the cage. So that's what people on the outside say, lad. They don't see what we have to do to make weight. But as I've said before, I am going to try and keep me. I actually am going to try and keep my weight down now. So we'll see what happens. I've never actually tried to do it before. After every fight, I've just ballooned up, lad. When I started eating like 8,000 calories a day. But like, no, I probably won't do that. But it's mad, as I say, people keep asking me, who are you fighting? Like, I'm not fighting, lad, I don't know. And then they're like, who do you want when you come back then? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to be back for like 6 months. And as you know, the amount of changes, what happens in 6 months in fighting is ridiculous. You know, no one would have saw Guram getting beat last week. Everyone would have thought he would have won, and he would have been in the rankings by the time I come back, but it doesn't look likely. Like, stuff like that, shit happens in this sport, and you can't predict.
No, definitely not. Absolutely right. Well, Paddy, I'm going to have to leave it there. I want to thank you very much for your time. Like I said, I do appreciate your time today and giving us a bit of an interview there.
More than welcome, lad.
Lovely. Thank you very much.